Hello and welcome back to the fourth episode of the Phishtank podcast. On today's episode, we are delighted to be joined by Athena, a full-time streamer who has received a lot of praise for her work in the Twitch and gaming community. She has proven she can more than hold her own in the competitive setting, scoring top 3 in many show matches and scoring first place multiple times in Twitch Rivals tournaments. Besides streaming, Athena has also launched her music career with her first single, Eternal, which Louis helped produce. Envy, an org that Athena partnered with, also threw in a bunch of support on the project. Athena, I guess we should say welcome back. You have taken a big break from not only Rocket League, but content creation altogether in the past month. And that is after going live every day for 2 whole years. Welcome to the podcast.
No, thank you guys for having me. Okay, first off, when you were reading all the description about me, did you look up my Wikipedia and Wikipedia?
Yeah.
I'm just a really big fan. What do you mean?
He just read it word for word.
Literally multiple accolades in the professional setting. I'm like, no.
He did this for Sleepy too. You just read the Wikipedia.
It's not only from Wikipedia. I got the information from just doing research online. Some of them I stole from your introduction video to Envy.
What else just Wikipedia.
I looked up memes. I literally looked up Athena viral meme. I got that information was taken from research. It wasn't only Wikipedia.
He's shameless.
Oh God.
I, Athena, have looked up all of the stuff on my own, and I know that you play Rocket League.
That's what? True. You may be onto something.
Athena.
Onto something. Yes, Louis.
So Athena, that's your name, right?
Yes. Actually, no. It's not.
Interesting.
Okay. Interesting.
I know her name.
Now I'm gonna say a word really quick. And
It's Alejandro.
I want you to just tell me what
Did
it
you just
means
leak
to you.
my name online?
Oh,
did you just leak my name? No,
Whoops.
it's public. It's fine. I
Okay,
just want to make fun of you.
good.
No. Okay, what's up?
That
Hit me with the
word.
word.
Flick.
No, I don't know that word.
What does that
I'm
mean to you?
illiterate. I can't read.
And if I were to put both of them together, Athena Flick.
We're starting off this podcast.
Let's talk about this. Let's unpack it.
No, it gives me PTSD. It gives me flashbacks. It gives me pain and suffering.
It's rough around the edges, but let's dive into it anyway. Because the best way to handle your pain is by facing it head on. Even if the doctor says don't walk on your broken leg, walk on it. Make it stronger.
I don't think they say that too bold. I don't think I'll be honest.
100%.
They do. They say walk it off every single time.
Exactly.
No.
So my dad
sprint
did,
it off.
and he told me to walk it off no matter what happened to me. Traumatic brain injury, lost a limb, walk it off. You'll get there. And you know what? Here I am. Here. After walking.
Do you
let's
need
talk
help?
about the Athena flick. Before we get into me, let's talk about the Athena flick. How did it start? Where did it start? Why does it cause you so much pain?
Oh, God. Where do I begin? Okay, so the history of it. So actually, it's been, I would say, a year. It's been a full year since it happened. And it is no secret. It's no secret.
It certainly is not.
No. It's been, I would say, like, so it's been a year since it really came out and just kind of went viral. And the reason why is because, of course, it's no secret that I'm not very good at the game. Listen, I'm just absolutely not.
According to Wikipedia, you're actually kind of sick at Rocket League.
I'm good at getting carried, and I'm good at picking teammates. That's the only thing I got.
That's a quality. That's
that
a quality.
meme. How long have you been playing the game? 10,000 hours. Are you good?
No, absolutely not. And so my dumb bot was like, you know what? I'll post some clips to TikTok, right? And then I posted the clips, and then for some reason, the ones of me failing absolutely miserably would just
got the most plays.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Just went viral, and I'm like, this is not fun. And so
people can be cruel.
There was one guy who was like, yo, we should coin this new term, the Athena flick, and I duetted it, and I was like, we're not making this happen. This is not a thing.
And then
absolutely
that further made it happen.
Yes. And so it
exactly according to your master plan. That was well done, Athena. That was very well done.
It was a massive marketing
knows.
and branding tactic.
Would you say that getting that phrase coined helped you to release a song on the Rocket League client, which is a thing?
Everything leads back to that flick. Everything leads back to all my accolades and everything.
Yep.
I actually am super interested in, like, a lot of the what's the word? Virality. Is that the word? Virality of that clip, right? It mostly came from just like uploading things to TikTok, right? I was interested in how uploading to TikTok kind of affected the rest of your following on other platforms.
Oh, that's a great question.
Oh, God. Okay, so to put in perspective, when I uploaded that clip, I was getting, this is just Twitch alone, I was getting around like maybe 400 to 500 viewers. And then after it went on TikTok and started going viral, I was averaging, of course, around 1,500 to 2,000 for a good couple of months because of just it went that viral on TikTok. And of course, like with the highest of highs, there's lows of lows. So eventually it does fade away. But that is an insane platform to grow all of your social media because specifically on Twitch, it is very hard to grow organically if you're not growing on other platforms. So it affected everything.
Now continuing into the podcast, we're gonna call BAF and AAF before Athena Flick and after Athena Flick.
Okay.
And that's how we're going to be...
I don't want to remember after Athena Flick. I don't want to remember anything about it.
Yeah, no, because I
was
going to say...
the Athena Flick, for those of you that don't know? For those people that don't know.
TikTok is literally insane. I actually am starting, like literally as of today, 2 days ago, I'm trying to upload a clip from my YouTube channel that already exists every day. And some of them are like stream highlights, some of them are just YouTube highlights. And yeah, one of the clips that I uploaded just in less than 24 hours gets 150,000 views. And I guess eventually that can kind of, would you say that would kind of like lead into, or I guess, what's the word?
Translate?
Yeah, translate viewers into other platforms.
Oh, yeah. It's insane to see how much you can impact your audience through TikTok alone. So, like, for example, if you're on YouTube, right, you watch a couple videos and they're like, 10 minutes, 20 minutes long. TikTok, you can see a video for 7 seconds and then swipe to the next one. And instead of watching only like a handful of videos a day on YouTube, you could see 100 TikToks in a day. And so it just has such of an impact on just one person and just everywhere, like all across the country. And it translates so much to your Instagram, so much to your Twitch. And I saw the growth, like, just double and exponentially just went insane. And I've never really experienced that before. But then at the time, I was uploading like 4 TikToks a day, like constantly.
you were going hard on TikTok. Like,
big. But a lot of the clips that you uploaded, they weren't like taken from stream highlights. Like they would just be
you. She would make specific
like,
to TikTok
on your phone.
Like,
so
you're going with that extra hella effort, and you're like, would your requirements, or not requirements, but your suggestion for people trying to go big on TikTok be like, just go viral, or was there more to it than that?
Honestly,
Simply be viral.
it really depends on the content you do. Like if you're playing video games and you're a streamer, what I did personally is I had an editor for YouTube, right? And I would ask him to just say a funny moment happened on TikTok. I'd be like, hey, because he was a moderator, can you make this into a TikTok clip? He would send it to me in the next 30 minutes, and I would just post it immediately. And it would just be constant. So it would be up in like less than 30 minutes.
You didn't care about like meeting up with the best time to upload on TikTok because.
So my best time was in the morning, and that's when I streamed. Oh. So I would post like at 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., and 11 a.m. CST. So every hour.
Okay.
And then by 12, it's lunchtime, and I'm just chilling.
Yeah, I'm cruising. I'm like, I'm off work. Peace.
Phish would be telling me that I need to like upload stuff at like specific times, and like I did that for a little while, and I got a lot of good reception on Twitter, especially for like posts and whatnot. Now I just upload whenever the thought comes in my head. I'm like, I don't care anymore.
Why? Why did you let go of that?
It's about being consistent. It's about being consistent. I don't think any specific time is good. I just think if you pick a time, that's the time. You know?
No, I just throw that as soon as the thought comes in my head. It's already on Twitter, and it's there forever.
Yeah, and last night he posted a leak clip at 3 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, I was drunk. You can't blame me for that one. I just like that clip. That's a different thing entirely. That's a different thing entirely. I was a little in my cups at the moment, so you can't really judge myself and my consistency based off of that. That was its own thing.
Speaking of TikTok, it's funny. While me and Athena and Ruben were making Eternal, literally we had a song that had nothing to do with. We were Emmeline with our song called "Flowers and Sex." She just posted a TikTok, and we had to like stop everything, and it completely like that one TikTok changed my whole life. Like it was just TikTok is an insane platform.
How big did the song go?
Crazy. It has like 16 million on Spotify. In the first day, it got 2 million views.
Yep.
On
That's a hell of a song.
I guess it makes a lot of sense because, like, Athena, you actually like kind of made me woke in this sense. It's just like, why would you watch a 10-minute YouTube video of like mini highlights versus TikTok, where it's just like you get the most viral of videos that are going to be spammed onto your For You page because that's how the algorithm works on that platform. It makes a lot more sense why you'd spend a lot more time on TikTok rather than YouTube. It's just like TikTok is going to give you the biggest videos that everybody is watching. It's crazy how the algorithm works on that site.
And it's really interesting to see how Instagram and YouTube are trying to combat that. So, for example, the Reels, right, on Instagram and Shorts on YouTube, it is like I've seen Shorts really take someone's YouTube channel and just completely explode it. And
I'm a big Shorts guy. I love YouTube Shorts more than I like TikTok, but for other reasons.
A lot of the time they have the TikTok, what's the word, watermark.
Oh yeah, it's just
on them.
TikToks.
Yeah,
it's just TikTok.
It's just re-uploaded.
Like
Mm-hmm.
Well, what I like about YouTube Shorts is that it already has my YouTube algorithm. Like it knows what I like, so I just get what I like.
TikTok can do that too, you know.
Mine is gone.
I don't watch.
What are you watching, Louis? Do you want to talk about it?
No.
You should tell us about your TikTok algorithm.
You know, actually, Louis, here's an idea for stream. Log into your TikTok, open it up, and just go through your For You page.
You would get banned. You would actually get banned.
I would get banned. I would get banned.
Louis,
I made one mistake on
For You
TikTok.
page? Pause. Hold on. Let's backtrack. What? No, elaborate. Like, what is so bad that you're
the thing with TikTok is like you make one little mistake not knowing how the algorithm works. You watch one girl that's incredibly attractive dance to some twerking thing.
You click on the sound, and then suddenly you're watching 10 other girls dance to the same TikTok.
He knows my For You page.
I've seen it, and it's really good. It's just something you can't share with anyone. Like it's.
Is it really good, Twofold? Is it?
I mean, it depends on what you're looking for. I know what he's looking for, and it's really good.
Yeah, I don't...
Listen, it's a lot of clapping sounds without hands being involved. That's really all it is. It's very impressive.
Phish, what's your For You page?
My For You page is a bunch of memes. I would share it any day of the week. Like, my For You page is one that I would review on, like, stream. And they... I got nothing to hide.
Mine's boring. So, literally, I kid you not, I'm on travel TikTok, cooking.
I love travel TikTok.
And then, I think it's anime, and then...
I get
do they have like different subjects?
It's like
do they
all
have different
those four.
subsection of TikToks, except like they just add like travel talk onto it or something like that?
Oh, I'm on Book Talk as well because I love reading.
Book Talk.
Yep, they have a hashtag.
Sounds like a Superman villain.
I love it.
Damn you, Book Talk! How dare you do this to Earth?
I also read.
Yes, indeed.
What's your
Louis,
favorite
have you
book?
finished Hatchet yet?
Ooh, Hatchet's such a good book. Wait, who's reading Hatchet?
This is my favorite thing that Louis has on his desk
hasn't
at all
been opened.
times.
You need to read it. It's
He just
so
has
good.
a book of Hatchet.
It's so dusty.
He's never read it. He hasn't. I asked him to read one page. He couldn't get through a page.
Off of it.
Yeah.
Did you really go? I looked away.
Yeah,
Yes.
he really did. Louis has told me he's had Hatchet on his desk since I've known him. He has yet to read one full page of that book. I
Louis,
tried
read
to
the
get him to
first
read
two
a paragraph. I tried to get him to read
I'm
a
a bad
paragraph
reader.
on
I'm
stream,
not doing
and
this,
he
no.
couldn't get through it. He couldn't get through the page.
Can
He's
you
like,
read
no, I
out
can't do
loud?
this. I'm sorry. You can't do
I'm
it.
a bad reader, dude.
It's
Yeah.
okay. It's just the first two sentences.
The
See
thing
if
is,
they
Louis
will
doesn't have
entice
that
you.
thing in his head where, like, when you read a book,
Think about
your
it. Think about it
brain
this
makes
way:
a picture
the
of
human
it.
attention span, especially nowadays, they want to be hooked in from the very first like 5 or 10 seconds that they get introduced to a new concept of
And
media.
a good book can do that.
And
a
maybe
good book can do
Hatchet. This is a line from or the first 2 lines from Hatchet.
Chapter 1. Brian Robeson stared out the window of a small plane at the endless green northern wilderness below. It was a small plane, a Cessna 406, a bush plane. And the engine was so loud, so roaring and consuming and loud.
I will say that is a very boring couple sentences.
That it
rough.
ruined any chance for conversation. Much like this sentence.
No, but you should actually read that book. It's a very good book.
It's interesting.
I've actually never read a book.
I think he put too much effort in staying alive. I'm gonna be real with you. If I was stuck in the Alaskan wilderness, that's it. That's no way. Just a hatchet. It's not happening.
So, spoilers?
Athena, I kind of...
That's the book, Lewis! He has a hatchet! And he crashes on a plane! That's it! That's the whole book!
Spoilers!
You're not going to read it! We both know it! You blew dust off that book! You shut up about spoilers! It's a book you read in, like, 4th grade!
This is something that's been on my mind. I literally just thought of this question. I guess in terms of, like, consuming media in the sense whether you're reading it or watching it, Athena, do you ever like find yourself doing that for the sole purpose of trying to implement it into your own like type of content?
Oh, that's what I do with TikTok all the time. I kid you not, I just scroll through TikTok, look at sometimes when I'm trying to find a trend, I just kid you not, I scroll through TikTok like not even a full second on it, and then if I hear a sound that's multiple times throughout the For You page, I use it in my next post.
And it's just the sound that you like.
Damn.
I'm looking for the song.
That's some serious hustle right there.
Yeah, that's what I did.
That's a serious hustle.
For my really like grindy days. I just went and looked for the most popular sounds and then looked at specific hashtags that people were using.
What were your
You know what? Let me optimize
days?
that for you. Hold on. Let me optimize this for you so you don't have to do this in the future. Get an Aldo. That's my friend,
yes.
Aldo. He only watches TikTok. He's a young man who's very much into TikTok, and just as
he'll
like,
tell
Aldo,
you what to do.
Yeah, I was like, Aldo, what's trending right now? He's like, oh, dude, you don't even understand. I'm like, I don't. You're saying things to me that make no fucking sense at all whatsoever, and then I'll just have whatever the most popular thing is, and you just throw it right on there. Telling you, it works great.
Do you think you'll continue your grind as you come back to streaming, which is gonna happen right when this airs, which is awesome?
Yeah.
What's the plans for the future of your stream, the future of your content?
So I've been streaming on
Athena
Twitch.
Point 2.
2.0, second season. What is it? Does Ludwig do second season, third season? I think.
Second season.
2.
I do season. I'm in my 6th season right now.
Bye, Dylan. Sorry. He literally
Downgrade.
He literally opened the door and was just tiptoeing and he was like,
2.5 Athenas.
No, not none of that. No. No, but I've been streaming for I started streaming 2016 November. Jeez. And then I just did content creation, and then I really took it to the next level, I would say early 2020, when I started to push content on YouTube and TikTok and everything, and I just got burnt out because I did this 2-year streaming challenge where I'm streaming every single day, and I was like...
That's a lot of days to stream.
And you did a subathon too, I remember.
Yes, so I did like a full-on subathon during that as well, so I never really got to take a break from that, and so... I was like, I need some time off. I need to relax and everything. So
and of course, immediately you make a music video. That's like the first thing you do.
She even had to stream during that. Like she had to.
I did.
Guys, I have to go stream because I have to stream every day, and she would go on for like 5 minutes.
I remember that. Yeah. I remember one time I saw you live, and I clicked on the stream, and it was literally you being like, "All right, I'm heading to bed, guys. I'm just you were doing something in the bathroom, just like I don't know, like cleaning up face or something like that." And then
was it in December?
I don't know the date. I just know that this is like a core memory that I have where it's just like, I'm clicking on Athena's stream and she's like literally in the bathroom for like 5 minutes and then she's going offline. She said she's going offline in like 2 minutes or something like that.
So if it was a bathroom stream, then it was, well, first off, why are you watching my stream in the bathroom while I'm in the bathroom, Phish?
I clicked, no, it's not because that you were in the bathroom that I clicked on your stream. It was just like, I'm like a huge fan, and I clicked on your stream, and it just so happened that I've clicked on your stream a lot of times where you're playing Rocket League as well.
I think someone should clip that out of context. Okay. That would be great. So
I was watching you in the bathroom.
No. The reason why I say that is because in December, before my 2-year stream ended, I went and traveled to Peru, and so I had to. I wasn't really sure.
Peru.
I wasn't really sure if there was going to be service in some of the parts that I was going because some parts were very rural, and so I'm here panicking. I was like, am I going to lose my 2-year stream? And so thankfully at the places that I would stay, they would have some sort of Wi-Fi, but I would get back at like 10 p.m. and I'm like taking off my makeup and I'm like, hey guys.
It's like 120p, you have like one upload and download. Yeah. Hey, are you, Peru.
So I did that, and then once January came, I was like, I'm taking this full month off. And that was the first time I've really disconnected from social media and everything. Of course, I had prior commitments to, Envy and some sponsored things that I had to do because I just didn't want to be like, peace out, I'm out later. So
let me ask you this though: Did you find yourself during that month break thinking, "Oh, I should stream right now," and then be like, "No, I'm on break. I can't."
Well, she went live like during that month.
Yeah. Did you ever go to your computer and like hover over the go live button, like,
Oh my
I miss
God.
it, or like anything like that?
Oh, I miss it. Because I've been doing it for 5 years.
You
and
did
I just
go live like during that month break, right?
Yeah. For
Yes.
she was saying for.
So I had a sponsored stream. I had a sponsored Uno event, and then got second. Let's go. And then
Got
I
sponsored
got
for Uno. Uno does sponsorships.
Yeah, well, there was an organization that hosted an Uno tournament, so I was like, let's go. But
I have to say,
and then
Uno reached out. It was just like, you are Uno. You're our number one.
Yeah. And so
You're
I
dose.
did a stream because for RLCS, the organizations have a specific channel that they host their POV from. So I do the POV from Envy. And so I did 2 streams for them. And then aside from that, I have not streamed. So
Were you peeved you didn't get to go to the Envy house? Are you in the Envy house? I don't think you are, right?
Well, the thing is with the Envy house, it's based in LA, and then also I'm currently living with my boyfriend, and so it just wouldn't have worked out. But it looks like a lot of fun, and I do plan to go and visit them. So it looks so much fun.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was something that
You
you
gotta come
turned down.
visit.
You're just like, with 4 other people in one house? Hell no.
That house is massive, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's huge.
It's
Because I'm one of those people that can't live with other people. Like, I was in college for 4 years. I roomed with someone every
He's
time.
going to, though.
I'm done. I'm done living with people, that kind of
No,
thing.
he's moving. He's
I'm
moving to
not
LA.
moving. I'm not moving to LA. You're crazy.
Wait, where are you from?
From Connecticut. So I'm kind of sick of having to scrape ice off of my car, and every winter I'm here, it gets one day closer to me, like, just going absolutely goddamn insane. Every time I, like, chip off my car, I just take a hammer and just start smashing my car. Like, I'm one more day closer to that happening, and I need to leave before that becomes a real thing. Like, there's nothing worse than having to wake up and you see your car encased in ice. And you're like, I'm going to have to start it for 30 minutes to defrost the damn thing. Then I got to get the chipper out. And then I got to put salt on stuff. And it's just, I'm over it.
Wait, so
I'm tired.
Athena, I have one question as somebody who is very attached to a singular game. In my case, it would be Overwatch, and maybe for like Louis and Tubold. They've done a great job like kind of expanding their content that they do on stream, on YouTube and everything. I guess you said you took a whole break from like 2 months of Rocket, like a break that lasted 2 months of like Rocket League. I guess, do you think that at that point you were more like burnt out, or was it you wanted to do that just to go back eventually, or what was that?
No, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, like, do you think that 2 month break was like kind of something that you needed, or just something that you wanted to do, or?
I definitely needed it. At the end of the day, just being able to take a break from content, because I've been in this industry for about 5 years, going on 6 years this year. I just needed to disconnect myself. And then I was burnt out. I think that I had the issue once making this streaming every day for a year. I had the issue of quantity over quality. And even though I did have a lot of streams and people were there every single day, I just didn't have great content on some days. And those days I'm just like, I know I can do so much better, but I'm working every single day. Like, there's no days off. I have to worry about when I'm going to stream, how I'm going to stream, and trying to make it work. And I never really was able to fully reset and relax. And thankfully with this month off, I have been, and I kid you not, my Film Nice place has never been so organized and so clean, because I went and organized everything. I was like,
you're on Organized Talk, and you're just like, I have so many good ideas.
No, I organized my fridge. Like, I got little special cubbies, and then I went and cleaned out our closets, and then went through shoes and all shoes, went through storages, everything, you name it. I just did a full spring cleaning, and I'm like, something that I really took up with, or I took up on the break as well, is home cooked meals. I want to get back into cooking. So Dylan has been having these amazing home cooked meals, and I'm just like, you do realize when I get back to streaming, I won't be able to do this that much. And he literally looks at me and is just like, what? Why? I'm like, hell, why don't don't you learn how to cook? Excuse me?
You could make a home-cooked meal every day if you really wanted to.
No.
With one handy tool.
No.
He cooks out of all of his things in a slow cooker, but he only does it once a week.
Yep. I cook for the whole week in one
I
day.
have some slow cooker recipes.
Twobold spends one day 8 hours towards putting food into this metal bin, and then he lets it heat up for 8 hours, and then he is
It's a trash can that gets set on fire.
Stop.
That's how Twobold has been living for how long at this point?
Years.
Literally
years.
I tried living like him for
a week.
And by the 4th day, my stomach was like,
I can't do this.
What the fuck are you doing to me?
You're polluting. You're polluting.
He would send me texts. He's like, I've been in the bathroom for 30 minutes, you monster. What have you done to me?
What did you eat?
It was just like
slow-cooked meat.
Salsa pork. It's like, that's what he puts in there. It was like salsa beans and pork, and then rice. And you just put it over rice, and that... Yeah, it was not good.
And I take a multivitamin to take care of vegetables. It's great.
I love how
everyone says the exact same thing.
That has heard the strategy of consuming nutrients, and they're like, Twobold, this is a smart idea. I gotta get on your strategy.
No one says that. Not a single person. That. And yet I'm telling you, it works wonders. It really does.
I think with my slow cooker, the last thing that I made was a French dip sandwich, and then I also made some street tacos, and then I made
whenever I hear French dip or anything like that, I always think about the worst food I've ever had, which has consistently been French onion soup. I don't know what it is about French onion soup. I never get good French onion soup. I never get good French onion soup. Every single person I've ever met.
Chicken Twobold, okay?
Here's
don't
the
even
thing.
talk.
Listen, listen. You don't understand.
Tell him. Call him a little baby boy too.
Okay, I want to like French onion soup. I just think I've always been served terrible French onion soup. Because anytime I've had French onion soup, I would ask my mom when I was like a kid, the first time I ever had it, I'm like, is this soup supposed to be this? And she's like, this is terrible. I'm like, okay, so this is just not a representative of French onion soup. Fair enough. Next time I have it, I take a bite and I'm like, this is pretty bad. And my brother took a bite and he's like, yeah, this is terrible French onion soup. And I'm like, what are the chances I keep getting bad French onion soup? Every time I've had French onion soup, I've taken a bite and been like, this is gross. And someone next to me like, that's bad French onion soup. I'm like, why can't I get good French onion soup? Someone serve me good French onion soup because it's driving me insane. I don't know what it tastes like when it's good. I just know it's bad soup. I can't be like, what's his face? Oh, that's good soup. I can't do that. I want to so badly. I just want to know. It's a mystery that plagues me.
I'm going to send you a plane ticket to Paris, and I'm sure you'll find good French onion soup. I don't want the French to serve it to me.
Can you do it all three of us? Can you get all three of us?
Yeah, we'll all go.
I just want to know. I just want to know what the soup tastes like. It's a mystery that must be solved, or
I'm
otherwise
sure that there's a slow cooker recipe that you could make that'll last you a week.
Let's not get too crazy, okay?
Speaking of soup,
cook one thing in the slow cooker. That's it.
Do you think, Athena, moving forward, that you're going to be grinding as hard on Twitch? Or do you think you're going to be doing, like, maybe one day on, one day off, kind of to stay away from, like, the burnout?
I think the way I'm going to go about it is I really liked having a schedule with every day, like, streaming every day, and just how consistent it was. I'm pretty much going to go the route of having a weekly schedule. So I'll look ahead and be like, okay, this is what I have to do. These are my previous sponsor assignments that I have to get done. And, just really plan it out and just announce them. But I am going to go really, really in depth with content like I did before. Because I know how to maneuver it and how to grow on it, especially seeing last year. I just need to get back into that mindset. And after having a month off, I'm more than re-energized to be able to conquer that.
And you got a whole bunch of projects in the pipeline that you're like, oh, I can't wait for this one to come up next.
Oh, there's a lot. There's a lot. So.
I feel like, does Envy play into that a lot? Like, I'm sure they have a bunch of just stuff planned. Like, that's their job to kind of just be like, all right, we're going to give you this concept. Can you make it? Or something like that.
Yeah, speaking of, I was talking with them about something today. So they've been amazing, and I really do enjoy being a part
sneak peek of what it is? Maybe a hint?
Can we hear it?
No.
Can we guess it like Wordle?
No.
Can we guess it like Wordle?
No.
Yeah, give us a letter. Just
Absolutely
one letter. Just
not.
One letter.
No.
I've never gotten a Wordle correct in my life, not even once. You can trust me with this. I won't figure it out. But it would make great content.
I'm literally gonna make the word French onion soup just out of spite. Okay,
that's just mean and uncalled for. I've given you this thing that has plagued me my whole life, and you're just going to harass me for it. Never had French onion soup. That's just the worst. That's mean. That's means what that is. You know what? Anytime
Let's
I contact
talk about
you,
Grimes.
Yeah. What about Grimes? She's dope. She's so.
You know what,
cool.
Athena? I hope the next time you play Wordle, the word is flick. You know what? I hope that's what happens. How about that?
I hope your car freezes.
It's already frozen! Rude ass. Gotta de-chip it again.
So Athena interviewed Grimes the other day. If you don't know who Grimes is, she's a music artist that also has a baby with Elon Musk. So...
Yeah.
Louis showed me one of her videos the other day. Literally the trippiest thing I've ever seen in my life. We watched the video that she was promoting.
I
was so confused the entire time. Like,
wait. Okay. Ignorant, like, button here. So, Grimes is the one who had the baby with Elon Musk that had
Ash.
Okay. So it's that girl. Okay.
Yeah, that's
that had that child that is named after like a computer
warp.
Yeah, thing.
Yes.
A helicopter.
And she's trying to pursue music, and you talk to her.
No, so she was originally a musician before that.
She was. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yes. So she's been
Very
producing for about like 10 years, and she was so cool to just talk to, and her style and everything. Like it's really fascinating to be able to meet some of these musicians, because it's just their take and their way, especially like with their music video. I think for her music video, they used one of the rooms where it just had an LED ground and walls all around. That they used for like sports broadcasts, I think, and she shot in that, and it was just so cool. It was so cool to talk to her.
That's awesome.
I feel like a lot of really big musicians have very chaotic personalities, or very like off the norm. Like how you talk to people, like you'd be like, "How's your day?" "Oh, it went very well." And you talk to a musician like, "How was your day?" And they're like, "Bananas!" "Oh my god, it's been on my mind all day." What's going on here? It's like, all right, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. It's my next song. Bananas? No. That has nothing to do with bananas. What are you talking about? I'm like, what? Listen, I just want to know how your day is going. That's really all it is. Do you think? Did you think Grimes was like that? Because based off her music videos, I'm like, this person's on a different level of thinking. I don't know what it is, but I know I want to know.
So the way that she does her music videos and her music, it's like an opera, and there's different books and different chapters. And so the way she explained it on the on when I was interviewing her, that it's about like, I can't even explain it. It's just like an opera, and the way that she does her characters, like she comes up beforehand and just kind of interweaves all of her music into it. Like, and she was talking about how I think a project that she's working on, or a song, how it was like an assassin in Mexico and like running through the streets, or that's the kind of storyline that she was going for. And I was like, it was really cool to just kind of pick her brain and just about the music industry and things like that. Like, she is so cool, and a lot more laid back and relaxed than you would typically think coming from watching her music video, because it's very out there, you know?
Yes, now that I know this, now I know that the reason I didn't understand her most recent one isn't because it's confusing. It's actually because I was ignorant of the last 4 chapters.
Yes. You haven't read it all.
Yeah, yep. I haven't read it all. I am very musically illiterate, too. Louis can attest to this. Every time I talk to him about music stuff, he's just like, that is the worst thing I've ever heard in my life.
I am, too. So I'm just getting into listening to music, especially moving to LA and being friends with Louis. A lot of the friends that I meet, or people that I meet, are through Louis, aka like other music people.
Philippe does this, Phish does this really cute thing.
Okay.
That whenever you give him the aux cord, he gets really excited. And then he'll play a song, and then look at you. And then I'll be like, yeah, I like it. He's like, yes! Yes!
It'll make my
every time
whole
I've
day.
ever been handed.
But if I say it's not that good, he'll be... It's like he made it. It's like you
He's
just...
devastated for the rest of the week.
the rest of the month. Yep.
And he'll be talking about it like later on too. I'll be like, hey Phish, how you doing? He's just like, you know, it's not such a good day. I'm like, oh, did Louis say one of your songs wasn't good? He's like, I thought it was great. That's my favorite part about talking with Louis about anything music related. I'm like, you know what? I really like this song. Louis like, it's such a basic chord. I'm like, what? What does that even mean? It sounds pretty good to me. And he's like, no, it's the same 4 notes. I'm like, I'm pretty sure there's more than 4 notes in there, Louis.
You're talking about.
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure there's different notes. Louis like, no, watch this. And he goes, do, 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 do. I'm like, what are you doing? Why is that the song? That's not how that works. I know I hear different stuff. And it's just the same thing over and over again. I'm like, how the fuck? Music is scary.
Well, yeah, that's just
I'm expanding their minds.
Is that the very like common beginning of music? Like what he's showing you is just like
it's the 4 chords that make up any song. You can literally make it work.
A lot of pop songs.
So if I were to try to make music, right, like that would.
It would be those. It would be those.
Okay.
It would be those.
That's
you wouldn't
the
even
easy
know.
route. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess
even the salty fish theme is 4 chords.
Damn it.
Like those.
So it's basic.
It's those 4 chords.
But there's a reason it's popular. It's because people like those 4 things.
It works. It sounds good. It's very pleasing.
Athena, context. They're talking about my this theme song that I kind of have. It plays in literally every single one of my outros. It's in every one of my videos. It's like an electro swing song that somebody went out of their way to be like, hey, can I make you a song like years ago? And I was like, yeah. And they asked me what genre, and I said electro swing, and I said, yeah, just show me what you got. And they're like, I'd love to. And then literally the first draft,
that's really good.
The first draft that they showed me, I was in love immediately. I'm just like, can I please use this for my videos? And they called it the Salty Swing. They put it out. And they're still like,
that's sick.
Yeah, they're still very active on the YouTube video where like people will comment every now and then, and they'll still respond. Like they'll be like, "I'm so glad you love the song and all that." So it's great.
That's so cool. That's awesome.
Well, I guess in terms of starting things off, Athena, in my, I guess, Liquipedia research, you kind of started streaming like it wasn't. I wouldn't say it was something that you had in mind that you would start doing. Like, it was just something that your friend recommended, then you got started in it. You had a very scuffed setup. I actually am still kind of relatable. I read this online that you had a, you had a webcam balanced on a chair, and you need to adjust it every day. I actually still have that right now. My camera, I need to take out the battery, turn it off every time that I'm stopped using it, because it won't record if I just leave it plugged in.
That is so funny.
Sorry? You have to
Your
take
camera
it
is
out?
so scuffed.
I have a good quality camera, but if I
leave
leave
a rechargeable battery.
No. It's plugged
That's
into
not the
the outlet right now. So I have the outlet plugged in. It's like a battery that goes in. But if I keep the camera plugged in, like after one usage, let's say I turn off my computer, turn it back on, for some reason, if the battery's still in, it just won't activate. So I have to, every time I'm done like recording like this or I'm streaming, I need to unplug my camera.
What camera do you have?
It is a Sony, what's the name of it?
A2, AII or something like that?
600.
Okay.
I'll find it. But yeah, like, I want to know about your, I guess, beginnings.
Okay. So, first off, that's a little scuffed. Well, we won't talk about that. That's a little scuffed.
Okay.
But when I first started streaming, okay, so I grew up playing video games all the time. I have an older brother, actually, and I would game with him all the time. And so I was in, okay, so 20...
Would he beat on you in those games too? Because that's what I did to my younger brother.
No mercy.
Destroy you.
Oh, yeah,
No.
I would do that to my little brother.
It's a Sony Alpha
Start
A6000. That's what it was. That's what it is.
6,000. What the heck? How did you break it?
I didn't break it. I actually talked to Aldo, who is our friend. He was the one that recommended it to me. And then only after the fact, when I owned it, he told me about that mishap. It's just like, yeah, you got to unplug it, replug it, and every time you use it.
That's horrible. What?
Yeah.
Yo, sue Aldo.
I'm on it. My lawyers are involved.
Misinformation.
So you're a bully of a big brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I started streaming. So I went to... Okay, for anyone who's listening, I would say watching, if you're familiar with the University of Texas, they have multiple schools in different cities, different branches. So they have UTSA, which is San Antonio, UT Dallas, which was the university that I was a part of, and I really hated Dallas, like with my whole heart. I just did not like it, and so
the Cowboys do seem to suck a lot. I understand.
No, listen, I will gladly root for any team in Dallas over Houston. Like, that's just I just can't. I've been scarred by them. So I went back home and I was transferring to UT Austin. And during that mid-break, I was gaming with some friends. And they had told me, hey, you should stream on Twitch because I was playing video games. I had no idea Twitch existed. I was not in that realm at all. Mm-hmm. I was very much a normie. And then I started streaming, I think it was Shell Shock Live. And I kid you not, I had a 5-year-old headset, Turtle Beach headset that I used for Xbox.
Oh, hell yeah.
X16?
Yeah.
X16?
Yes. Yeah, I'm pretty
That's
sure.
the greatest goddamn Turtle Beach
pretty
headset in my life. That is the one headset that I will wear over Apple earbuds any day of the week. Okay, yeah.
Yep. And so I had a couch and I didn't have a monitor, anything. I had a computer, hooked it up to the TV, and then I streamed. No camera, no nothing. And then after a week, I was thankfully able to meet people online who were like, hey, you know what? Here's a face cam and here's a headset. So I remember I got these Astro headset, and I got this little Logitech camera, and I balanced it on a stool, but it had like a back, and so it was like one of those small little Logitechs that you can put on top of your monitor. I balanced it every single day.
That's what I'm using right now, actually, believe it or not.
Hey, I'm gonna let you know, you can balance it on a chair. Works great, very efficient.
It is balancing precariously on top of my monitor. That thing falls all the time.
Yeah, so I was using that, and after 2 weeks, I was able to upgrade our internet bill. So I was like, I can play other games. Let's go. Because Shell Shock is a little tank game. And then...
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I started playing Rocket League. And then after I started playing, I got partnered in 4 months. And it's been...
Jesus Christ, dude.
That's
4 months.
Fast.
Holy
With
shit.
no
What
other
the hell?
platform to...
Were you collabing with people, or did you just get super lucky and just popped off?
So I was at the right place in the right time. There wasn't many people streaming Rocket League, or there wasn't many girls at least. And I really, really loved the game, and I loved the people that I was meeting through it. That was how I was able to meet my boyfriend at the time. That's a whole other story that we can just dive into later.
Rocket League is one hell of a segue.
Wait, he hosted you?
Oh my god.
He rated you?
He hosted you all the time? Oh
I have to go! I have to go!
This is amazing!
I have to tell the story now. So
yeah.
So after a week of streaming, I was able to upgrade my internet, right? After a week of Rocket League, I got hosted. And I got hosted by Dylan. For those of you who may know him as Rizzo. And I had like maybe 30 viewers at the time. And I was
after
very
a
happy.
Week, though?
That's still a lot.
After 2 weeks,
that's
yeah.
Crazy.
That's insane.
That's such a crazy number.
I had a really good retention rate with viewers. And one of my very first, so one of my mods, his name's King. He was one of my first he was like my 80th follower on Twitch. Like majority of my mods and my long-term subs have been in my stream for 5+ years. So I've been very, very thankful and lucky to have people who have stuck with me for the longest time. And I'm very lucky for that. But so when I started streaming after a week, and I had my 2 weeks, I had my 20 viewers, and I'm like, Mom, Dad, I have 20 viewers. Oh my God. And then one day I was wearing a long sleeve freaking blue shirt. I remember this day. I look over to my little laptop where I read chat because I can't see chat on anything else. And I see Rizzo has rated you for 1,000 viewers. And I'm like, what the actual hell? I'm like, who is this? I have just gotten out of a relationship probably a month or two beforehand. And probably a month beforehand. And I was like, I'm not going into a relationship. I'm not looking for that. And I'm like, who the hell does this guy think he is hosting me for 1,000 people? I was just, in my mind, I'm just thinking the worst case scenario of everything. And his whole chat was like, oh my God, you should mod him. Oh my God, he's a great guy. He builds hospitals in Africa. He's 6'5", he's 250, he's super strong. Yeah. Just literally just wingmanning him hard. And he wears the freshest of clothes and hangs out with the chillest of dudes. That whole copy pasta. And he started talking to me, and I was like, oh, thank you so much for the host. It was really kind of you, and I really appreciate it. And then he had told me.
Check out this.
This is before. I couldn't even hit the ball.
BAF.
So I kid you not, I was like, oh, that was super sweet of him, and he was really nice. And so I told my parents, and I was like, I'm gonna watch the stream tomorrow. And so I went and watched the stream.
You're like, wow, it wasn't a copy pasta. He really is 6'5", 250, chilling with the chillest dudes, hot as hell. Oh my god, is that a gold plate in the background? My goodness.
So he had told me the day before, I don't really host girls. And I was like, really? I was like, oh my god. And so in my mind, I'm like, wow, I feel special. This dude went and hosted some green-haired Australian girl the next day after he hosted me. And in my mind, I'm like, it's done. We're like, no,
he's cheating on me.
I was like, I'm not getting played like that. I have zero tolerance for that. Like, absolutely not.
I
remember
learned
telling
who
my
he
mom.
really was.
Exactly. And so
It's like Jersey Shore.
I told my mom, and I was like, I'm no, done. Absolutely not. And she was watching the stream, so like, no, he seems nice. Give him a chance. I was like, no. Like, what? And after convincing, she was just telling me, like, don't, it's fine. And hindsight, I'm like, she kind of did save, like, the relationship in that sense. Because after that, I remember talking to him DMs. And, of course, I wasn't okay with, him telling me about hosting another girl, and then he hosted another one. What I did at the time, I knew he was a big Minecrafter, and that was his main game before he switched to Rocket League.
Oh man, he ended up on his realm. Oh, you put your bed next to his. Oh my god, it's all coming
Made
together.
him one into the two bed.
I went and looked up a Minecraft planner for like school that like kids have, and I copied a link to it and I pasted it and I sent it to him, and I was like, next time, don't confuse your e-girl dates, all right? And so because I'm not having it. And he was so shocked and absolutely just like, what the hell just happened? And then
You got him a Minecraft play.
absolutely, like, how am I gonna let a Minecrafter freaking play me? Excuse me?
My god, that is so funny.
And
Holy shit.
But after that, obviously we have a very similar sense of humor, so we were just laughing about it now. And then after a month, we met at PAX South, like in January 20. Actually, I think. Yeah, 5 years ago yesterday, and then we've been together ever since.
Wow.
So it's been really, really crazy for both of us, because I've seen him blow up, and he's seen me like blow up. It's been crazy. But yeah, so that's the origin story. So I never really experienced being single on Twitch, and I'm really thankful for that. I'm really, really thankful for that.
I really need to get more. All three
of us, baby.
I was about to say, I really need to get more people on my stream so I can host some things.
No, it's different because have you seen some of these girls' Twitch chats? I could not imagine. Like, I just, there's.
Have you seen their bank accounts?
Yo, I gotta talk to Dylan. I gotta talk to Dylan. Hold on one sec.
Listen, I know times are tough, but I know a way we could fix that.
But yeah, so it's crazy. Twitch, I found my job, I found my boyfriend, and I don't know what I'd be here without it. So it is very, very, very surreal. Really hard to explain to my parents that, hey, mom and dad, I'm actually dating a gamer, and that's his job professionally. They're like,
I thought your mom was like trying to set
Hook
it up.
you up, yeah.
Yeah, but to talk.
Then you got to sell it to dad, and dad's like, is it sustainable? And you're just like, oh.
I don't think she knew that was like his full time at the time. So yeah, so she was like, huh? And I'm like, what's up? Welcome. This is him.
Did the first meeting with your parents and him go well?
Oh yeah, no, my parents absolutely love him.
I've never had a good first meeting with any of my girlfriend's parents ever. Not a single time. And I don't know what it is. I'm trying to be so nice. And then the dad just stares at me. He's like, you're not good for my daughter. I'm like, listen, sir, I understand I don't know sport references, but it's taking it a little far, I think.
So, Rocket League. Mm-hmm. You've been playing it for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Really long time.
So, how did it feel like... so obviously I know the story because I was there. Yeah. But how did it feel like when we came to you and was like, hey, we want to do a song with you and for Rocket League? What was the...
That was surreal.
The thought process there?
That was very, very surreal to be able to have, because that hasn't really been done before. And of course, like we've talked about this literally, like you and I to be able to be a Rocket League creator and then have a song go into the game, to the game that absolutely changed my life.
Did you cry?
It's awesome. Oh yeah, I was bawling my eyes out. Hello, like excuse me.
It's
Being
real,
able to have it for like the main menu music and everyone who opened up the game, it was just there. That is an insane feeling.
It was so cool. Opening Rocket League on that day was so fun. Mm-hmm. And then I watched your stream and you're crying, and then XQC saw you crying.
Yeah,
then...
I'm like, oh god. Like, what?
Oh dude, that's so cool. Look at her go. Oh, dude, that's so cool, dude. Yeah, I'm really proud of her. Really proud of her. Go, dude. You do it, dude. It's like, thanks, X.
Thank you so much, my guy.
That's dope. So it was like reaching out into other communities just because of like streamer makes song for video game blow up.
Yeah, it was really, really fun to be able to dive into music in that community and that side, because I have no experience at all. So, because I've been mainly, like, Louis and I are kind of the opposite. So, Louis knows everyone and everyone, and then I'm like, streamer, woo!
I couldn't tell. Louis actually showed me that song beforehand, like, as it was in production. And yeah, I'd like, from the moment of that I heard it, I was just like, this is a banger, bro. This is gonna be a dope
really
release.
Nice song. Like, there are times when Louis is just like, hey, I need you to check out this song and tell me how you like it. And I'm like, all right, I'm the litmus test. I'm like the very bottomest barrel. If I like it, chances are everybody will be able.
If he likes it, everyone's gonna like it.
Yeah, he showed me Flowers and Sex. I'm like, Louis, I want to keep playing this song over and over again.
Yeah,
and
I showed him Flowers and Sex, and it was like, he was like, oh, I'm gonna play this again, and then I was like, yes, I have a song.
And he showed me like four other songs.
You were Phish in that moment. You know how Phish shows you all the songs, and you're looking at
literally.
you intently.
Yeah, he'll come to me and he'll be like, do you like this song? And I'm like, it's good.
And
I've never had he's never shown me a song that there's never been a song he's shown me where I didn't think it was good, but like if I really like that song, I'm like, Louis, give me the link so I can play it a third time. And he's like, no. I'm not going to do that. It's behind the scenes.
Louis actually had an issue on my stream where our manager would literally get mad at him for playing pre-release songs on stream. And he was just like, you're playing it 10, 20 times on stream in front of hundreds of people when we need to release it in 2 months. You're giving them a sneak peek for no reason. It's not like they're doing something special. You're just doing it to do it. And he would get mad at me.
I have a weird question for you, because I still don't know the answer to this. Let me ask you this, Athena. How come whenever I see you in Phish's chat, you immediately get banned every single time that you end up in his chat?
Because I always ban Phish when he's in my chat.
Who started that? Was that me or you?
That was me.
You were the one that
started making
okay.
fun of. Yes, and then I remember the stream when I started. I went into your stream. You're like, oh, it's Athena, banner immediately.
So I was the innocent one. My banning was merely self-defense, is what I'm hearing. Is that I would appear?
Yo, can we cut this part out of the interview?
We aren't cutting it. We aren't cutting it.
Just cutting it.
Was it during like a Rocket League stream and like you missed a goal and Phish just spammed the chat with nice shot, nice shot, nice shot, nice shot?
No, I came in completely nice and warm and welcoming, being like, hey Athena, yo, you can always get him next time. Ban.
It was like the first 10 seconds he was in the stream. I was like, get him out of here. Just gone. Yeah, that's how that started. It's been going on for like a year now? Has it been a year?
Yeah. Probably, yeah.
Yep.
There's another question for you. Joke. I've tried playing Rocket League a couple times, and I can't hit that ball. I can't hit that ball to save the life of me. But one thing I did found that I'm exceptionally skilled at is destroying other vehicles and making sure they can't leave. Is that considered BM, or is it just a style of play? Because that's my style of play. I don't know.
You could be a professional. You could be a professional right there. So all you have to do is just demo and chase. That's literally what majority of the pros do right now.
Is that the name of the role?
Yeah, that's a big meta. Yeah. I thought that was. It's still the meta now, like just a demo.
Oh yeah, demos are very, very, very much still in play. So.
Because I like picking one person on the enemy team and making sure they don't leave the spawn. Like, that's my favorite thing.
Okay, so you're cyberbullying. Is that what you're telling me to?
I'm not cyberbullying, okay? It's not cyberbullying. It's playing the game.
Okay, mental warfare. Like, there's so many names I could call it.
Psychological warfare is not cyberbullying.
Do not let them play the game.
It would be cyberbullying if I was spamming nice shot every time I ran them through. Like, that might be cyberbullying. And for me, it's just, I can't hit the ball. I can hit people.
Yeah, no, you'd be just fine. You'd be just
Listen,
fine.
if they don't want me to destroy them, they should be flying in the sky like everyone else that I play against. But apparently, those cars just float forever. No one targets me. I do.
They don't see you as that much of a threat.
Yeah, I'm not a threat. No one goes after me. No, he's not even wrong. That's like dead on. I know where I rank in the category, and it's just I hit things and I don't hit the ball. That's the whole thing about it. It's
funny,
it's a very fun time. Do you go in demo sprees when you get like fed up with the game? You're just like, whatever, I'm killing him, and that's
No,
just
Yeah, is there like a running down mid Rocket League version?
Yeah, you uninstall the game, Louis. That's what you do. You uninstall it. You uninstall it and just get out of there as fast as you can. Like, no, thank you. Oh my God.
You also like League too, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've gone through every single phase of like majority of the popular games except WoW. I like tried to get into WoW and I just couldn't. Oh my God, I will say the most toxic I have ever been in a game in my entire life is Overwatch.
Oh really? Wow.
Yes.
Why is that?
I love the voice chat feature, and I'm so surprised I have not been banned. Like, I'm genuinely surprised I've not been banned.
And it's just like near the end of the game when you have like 10 seconds left to talk to your teammates, and you're just like, you're fucking trash. You don't belong.
No, I just say it mid-game. No, I just.
You just pull an X because you're trash.
That
You're
doesn't help.
trash.
I have never
Don't
seen
play the
somebody get
game.
trash talked and then be motivated to help that person out to gain them SR.
No, but here's the thing. It's you have two carries that will just absolutely carry you all the way through.
Okay.
And so I kid you not, it'll be really funny because sometimes because I'm a girl, people will just be more inclined to talk to you. Right, so I'll get Smurfs on my team. They'll be like, "Oh, you want to queue up?" And I'll just be trash talking to you. Like if there's someone on my team that's inting, I'll be trash talking the whole time, and I'll have my duo carry me the whole time. So it's great. It's a great ordeal.
Why is it Overwatch? Do you think?
I think it's because of the voice chat because I love the voice chat so much. They took out voice chat for Rocket League. I'm so sad.
Oh, they did?
Rocket League had voice
Yeah.
chat.
I thought it worked for like a day, I remember, and then it was just terrible.
No, they just removed it. So I don't know if they're working on it or I don't know. But if they worked on it, that's going to be great content.
Speaking
oh
of
my God.
Speaking of Rocket League updates, it seems as though like how long was it until they went to the free to play aspect? Because before you like had to pay money to get it, and then they went free to play, and it just spiked their popularity.
Yeah, just something sad about that though. Okay, so actually, Rocket League got acquired by Epic Games. This is 2020, 2019, 2020, one of those 2 years. They got acquired by Epic Games and then went free to play. So originally it was like $30 and then everyone went to play. And then because of it going free to play, right, eventually there wasn't enough content in the game to maintain the actual viewership that the game was getting. And everyone's viewers on Twitch, on YouTube, and everything, and that buff away from that they got from free play, and all the new people that brought to the game, just slowly disappeared. And so now it's at the same viewership as it was before it went free to play, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. But I think that also contributed to me growing extremely fast last year as well.
Well, do you think that it was a good move at the time to make it free to play?
Oh yeah, I mean.
Oh, okay.
I just being able to have more people introduced to the game because it affects everyone, streamers, YouTubers, the competitive scene, and just having that influx of eyes is just huge. It really, really is big.
We just got acquired by Microsoft. Overwatch.
It's quite unfortunate.
If we're comparing Epic Games to Microsoft.
So how is the state of Overwatch?
We're sipping on expensive whiskeys over here.
I'm not.
How's the state of Overwatch? Basically, in my mind,
terrible.
It's kind of
the
just
worst.
like people are expecting Overwatch 2 by late 2023, like at the earliest. And now that Microsoft has bought Activision Blizzard, they're all like, oh my God, Overwatch 2 is right around the corner. But no, that deal isn't actually going into effect until like June of next year. So it's just as much waiting time. So
so
if not even more now.
Yeah,
they teased it for how many years? When was Overwatch 2 first?
it was October 2019.
So there was a BlizzCon. There was a BlizzCon that was like absolutely terrible. It was that whole meme that like oh, you don't have phones, saying launching Diablo Mobile and stuff like that.
Oh,
and then the next BlizzCon,
remember that.
The next BlizzCon they announced Overwatch 2 and that, like a bunch of announcements like a couple years ago to like kind of like re-engage like a lot of their audience, and it was just way too early to like say anything, but they just needed it to save their asses, which I guess it did. I mean, they got $79 million or some shit like that, or billion. Sorry, with a B.
I mean, Blizzard's definitely going through some stuff right now. They're definitely just going through it.
Basically, what we're saying is, it's about time we finally got our paycheck, Microsoft. Thank you. We appreciate it. We've been throwing in a lot of shit, and quite frankly, we've been waiting for this for a long time. Now,
Phish has been carrying the game on his back for too long.
How long have you been streaming Overwatch, Phish?
I mean, I played it the day it was released. But mind you, I actually, I guess...
He was a YouTuber.
I guess it's kind of similar to... A little bit similar to you, because I was in the process of going to college. And what I would do is that I would stream the game over the summers. And then I would go to college, literally upload maybe 1 or 2 videos over the span of like 8 or 9 months. Then go back, and then I would just focus on YouTube and nothing else for the summer, like the 3-4 months. And I'd do that for 3 years. And then 2019 was when I graduated. And now I'm kind of just surviving.
You know what's funny? I remember when we first spoke, because I had a mod. Yo, shout out Pickles. But I had a mod, and he was like, "Wait, you're playing with Phish?" And I was like, "Yeah, no." That I was able to talk to him and through Louis, and he was like, "I remember watching his videos like way back in the day when you first like started streaming in the summers." And so that's how he told me that he knew you from. And I was like, "Whoa, crazy! Like, small world. That's awesome."
Yeah, that is something that I'm like focusing on right now, because I gained a majority of my audience back in 2016, and now I'm just like, even like posting on TikTok and shit, I'll see comments that are just like, wait, I know this guy from years ago. Oh man, he's still making stuff. Like, I'm in. Like, just stuff like that. So
that's sick. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, I felt so bad. Like, I was playing this game called VR Chat in like one of those popular lobbies, and I met this one dude who had the name Kraken. I don't know if you know that YouTuber, but
this is a bad story.
It's not that bad. I mean, I just like it's fine. It's fine. But like I met this dude named Kraken, and I was like, oh hey, I love that YouTuber. He was like one of my favorites. Like, oh yeah, what do you think about him? I'm like, oh, I think he's a really cool dude. It's a shame that his YouTube videos haven't taken off as much as they used to, because I remember watching them all the time.
But you said died.
Like, and I was like, I think he's getting more popular on Twitch, which is, it's pretty cool. And he's like, oh, so you like him? I'm like, yeah, he's pretty chill. I would love to get to meet him one day. He's like, oh, well, I'm him. I'm like, oh, I was like, oh my god, I don't know what to say anymore now. I thought he was a really chill dude. We had a nice little conversation or whatever about it, but that was like the first time ever like nothing clicked in my head. It's like, what are the chances, right? That's actually that guy that I watched his Left 4 Dead videos like every day when I was a kid. It's really weird. Very
surreal to be able to meet like YouTubers that you'd watch just growing up. I remember something crazy John Sandman, he had made YouTube videos for Rocket League for years now. I remember watching his YouTube videos when he had like 20,000 subs on YouTube. And like shit. Before I got into streaming, when I was still in university, like him, Wolfles, Neat Mike, like that whole squad, and what's his name, Bayesian Canadian, and like Jerome and stuff, that old like Minecraft like group. It's very surreal to be able to meet them after watching them. Like that is just so cool, and just to even have that experience.
Has anyone come up to you and been like, oh my god, are you Athena?
Yeah, no, it's actually gotten kind of spooky, because people have come up to Dylan and I, and it'll be close to our home, or like walking in, or like something like very similar, where they're just like, oh my god, can we get a picture? And we're just like, of course we will say yes, but it's gotten to those scary moments. So but yeah, no, it's very crazy. When my mom was at like World Market or something with Dylan, and someone came up to him, and she was like, what the hell? Like, we're in World Market. Like, there's only moms here. So, yeah, it's crazy, to say the least.
And it's so weird to think about that, because I guess kind of growing up, I had a bunch of YouTubers and just people in that community that I looked up to. And yeah, just the idea that you said like he had 20,000 subscribers at the time. Like looking up to that, it was just like 20,000 subscribers. That's like 20 million people that are following this guy.
Yeah.
Because at the time, like I guess, well, maybe 5 years ago, even before then, it was even smaller. But yeah, like 20,000 people was so many at the time. And now it's just like looking back, like now people are in the hundreds of thousands. People are in like millions. People are getting 50 million like viewers per video or something like that.
Yeah.
It's come a long way.
It's crazy. It definitely has, like, social media and just being a content creator and YouTuber has definitely blown up over the last decade.
Oh yeah.
So as someone who achieved an immense amount of success very early on in your career, what would you give, what piece of advice would you give to those who are just starting out? Because this is something I get all the time, and I'm sick of answering it, so please do it on my behalf, Athena, I beg of you.
Okay. I would not go into content creation in YouTube if you are looking for money, if you are looking for a job, because it is something that happens organically, and it takes luck. You have to be there at the right place at the right time. And if you go into the mindset of numbers and income on your content, it will affect it. And you can definitely tell which creators and which YouTubers genuinely enjoy doing what they do, or they're trying to make a paycheck to paycheck. So if you go into it with the right intentions, I'm sure you'll be able to figure something out. But if you're just doing it for the fame, glory, and the money, it's not going to work out.
Same for music.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Literally the same. You can't.
So you have to, do you think there's a
all you want is
specific
a-
formula to either of these, music and or content creation, that you should follow? Is it just be better than
Do
the
what you
average?
Honestly, with being a creator and streamer, you have to, I think Summit said it one time, you either have to be really good at the game, you either have to be really funny, or you have to, what was the third one?
Have
really
connections.
engaging.
Yes, really engaging. Those three. And you have to have like 2 out of the 3, or you have to have some mix of them to really find success on Twitch. And if you look
Gotcha.
at any creator, you can put any of them in the in that
Those
box.
3 categories.
Yeah.
One of them.
Like Ludwig is like hyper engaging and funny. Now, I mean, he's good at games, but like those are his big ones. And like, Shroud is like hyper good at games and like, I guess funny.
He
I
has
don't
some
know.
funny moments. Shroud,
Yeah.
he'll say
Yeah.
some out of pocket stuff, and I'll be like, "You did not just say that. You did not."
Shroud has this very strange cocktail going on. Like, he has one of those things where it's just like, he's really good at the game. Like, that's obviously no question. He was a CS pro, so he's just cracked. But he's good at every game, and you're just like, how
Every
are
game
you
he touches.
translating?
Not
to this?
Rocket League.
It's
He
crazy.
refuses to play Rocket League.
Yeah.
Wait, why?
Like,
That's
so
fair.
do you know Chad? Have you heard of Chad?
I
So
know a lot of Chads.
no, his name's Chad on Twitch. So he's been friends with Summit and that whole group years before they all blew up. And for the longest time, he tried to convince Shroud to play Rocket League, and he just refuses to even touch the game because it's not an FPS game.
I believe it. There's certain levels of like, but he also plays like MOBAs. Or not MOBAs,
Yeah.
MMOs. I mean, and he like grinds those really hard, like
Oh,
them in
yeah.
WoW and stuff. It's like he's a very strange dichotomy of games that he's willing to play. But Rocket League is like, no.
Yep.
You keep that goddamn soccer ball away from me. It's like, all right, fair enough, man. Whatever, you should chill. Shrouders are pretty cool.
I feel like that's definitely something I've lost in growing up, is that like when I was younger, I would be able to buy a game like say like Fallout 3 and just play it for however long I needed to play it in order to beat it, and like could be like 30 hours, 40 hours. Now I like if I start up a story mode or a story game, I don't know, I get like bored very quickly.
agree,
I
yeah.
want to find that again.
I agree as well. It's been a very rough time recently. I've been looking for a new game to play to really sink my teeth into, like Overwatch did for me back like when I transitioned from TF2 to Overwatch. Is like the same
We
kind
should
of
all become
idea.
Rocket League.
And no, definitely not doing that. But
Well, maybe
Athena,
maybe
let's
it
do
is
it.
the sense of like I feel like when you grow up, like things just happen, like time just flies by faster as you grow up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
maybe it's the whole idea that when you're younger, it's just like it feels like you're just so immersed in this world for like those 2 hours that you get to play, like that one night that you don't have like homework or any priorities, or like your parents let you actually play on that game. But I guess over time as you grow up, it's kind of like even if you spend like an hour or two immersed into a game, it doesn't feel as, I guess, fulfilling as back then when it felt like 2 hours was it was like 24 hours back then. Maybe that could be a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
just take
Stop!
me back. Just take me back.
Who was that to?
Yeah.
No. Sorry, my fucking...
Your roommates?
Yes.
See, now this wouldn't
Oh,
be an
God.
issue if you lived alone like me. I'm just
Okay,
telling
well,
you.
how rarely did that
bothers
happen?
me.
How rarely did that happen that Louis had to say stop banging on my door? Athena also has a roommate. Didn't need to go through that
Yeah,
once.
but that's also her boyfriend.
Yeah, that's true.
That's also her boyfriend. It's different.
Roommate.
This is true. This is very true. But
See, I just have neighbors that come down and tell me to shut the fuck up. That's all. That's what I got.
do you actually?
Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah. Just the other day, probably one of my favorite things that's ever happened, despite it being, a very subtle way of telling me to shut up, was I was arguing with one of my friends about the color mauve and how I liked the color mauve, and they're like, mauve is a stupid color. I'm like, no, it's not. Mauve is a sick color, and no one uses it. And they're like, yeah, because it's bad. I'm like, it's not bad. And I kept arguing about that, getting louder and louder and more passionate. And then I get a text on my phone from my upstairs neighbor that just says, mauve is my favorite color.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, maybe I need to quiet down.
All right,
I think-
on that note, I'd say that's a great finisher. Athena, do you have any closing thoughts?
Well, thank you so much for inviting me. I really do appreciate
Thank you
the
so
thought.
much.
And no, it was a blast. I had fun. And I'm never talking about the Athena flick ever again. Thank you so much for bringing that up.
I'm glad we didn't even extrapolate as to what it was. It's
Yeah,
just like, if you don't
it's
know what the
crazy.
Athena flick
I gotta
is, you're
go.
not getting it answered
It's
here.
crazy.
It's not happening.
Wow,
But you
that's
can find it.
wild.
Thank you for
you
joining
so
us,
much.
Athena. Shout out
Thank
to
This was a fun
to
time.
you.
No, thank you.
And good luck on your return to streaming.
Yes.
Good luck.
And content
We'll
creation.
be there for your first stream, maybe.
We love that. Let's go.
Do you wanna do some shout outs, Athena, really quick?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course. You can find me the username Athena on all social media except Instagram because, the band Athena took it, so whatever. But literally Twitter, Athena, TikTok, Athena, YouTube's Athena, and Instagram's like Athena ATV. But yeah, that's where you can find it, and I'll be streaming at 9 a.m. Central today. Oh, well, I guess I already streamed when you're watching this, but I'll be streaming tomorrow at 9 a.m. if you are watching, and in the future and in the later in the week. So yeah, I'll see you guys then.
All right.
Very exciting.
Great.
Good one, Athena. Thanks for
Thank you,
joining us.
everybody, for listening or watching the podcast, however you consumed it. And we will see you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in. Goodbye.
Peace out.
Bye.